Hi, this is Kevin McPartland, Senior Analyst with Tab Group. I'm here with Gerald Hanweck, CEO of Hanweck Associates, and we're going to talk today a bit about options analytics. Now, Jerry, your firm focuses on advanced technology to deal with options analytics, and I know you've done a lot of really interesting and cool things with GPU technology. So can you tell us a little bit about your firm, your current product, and how you've used GPUs to enhance that?
Certainly. So the things that we primarily work on are options analytics, and as you know, the options market is just getting flooded with messages. We're up to millions of messages per second now, and trying to analyze all that data on a conventional CPU-based platform is virtually impossible. So a few years ago, we tapped the graphics processing unit, or GPU, technology to run the options calculations themselves. And that forms the basis for our product called Valera. Valera is a real-time, high-performance options analytic engine that can cover the entire U.S. options market on a very small set of hardware.
People tend to, when they think about that type of hardware acceleration like GPUs, for example, that the coding is much more complex than when you're dealing with traditional CPU. Is that true?
Yes. I mean, it's a special kind of coding. You're working with massive multi-threading, so thousands of processing units in each of these GPU products. That kind of development plus the specialized coding to the hardware, the memory constraints and all that, it takes a fairly steep learning curve to get up, but the results are worth it.
And how does the GPU technology lend itself specifically to the options business?
Options and a variety of quant finance applications are really amenable to GPUs. Options specifically, for example, binomial trees. Trees are very easily parallelized, at least in concept, and the GPUs then can run all of the various nodes of the tree in parallel. When you have thousands of nodes, of compute nodes to work with, you can parallelize like that. It lends itself to other applications in quant finance as well.
So what kind of speed improvements are we seeing with GPUs?
Yeah, when we first came out with our first Valera launch back in 2007, I believe it was 2007, it was we were seeing speed ups of about 60 times what we were getting on the CPU, and we've since improved that through advancements in the hardware and optimization to our software to the hundreds of times increase in performance.
So what does that kind of speed increase mean for an options trader in the end?
Right. So it means a lot of things. It means, from the trader's point of view, it means getting faster response to changes in the market. So for automated market makers, it means being able to quote faster. But not just faster, quote more. So for the same cost of hardware, that you can quote a lot more options, a lot more names than you could on the conventional CPU platform without spending millions and millions of dollars on servers and so forth.
So do you see expansion into other areas of finance, of options analytics with the GPU technology? Yeah,
we've made a lot of applications to other areas. Risk management outside of options. Options happens to lend itself well, but certainly other areas, everything from exotic products, CDOs, credit default swaps, to Monte Carlo simulation, things of that nature. We've also applied GPUs to some of the more exotic models, such as stochastic volatility models, Heston model, various stochastic vol with jump models, things that are just so hard to compute on a regular CPU. Now we can run models like that in effectively real time.
Well, it sounds like GPUs are going to see a lot of growth on Wall Street and financial services over the next couple of years.
I hope so. I think the technology, speaking as a technologist, I think the technology is just incredible. I mean, this is one of those rare times when a technology is going to completely change the nature of an industry. It's already been adopted in everything from oil and gas to medical imaging. The finance industry's been a little slow on the uptake, but all the banks are running pilot projects of one sort or another, and it's just a matter of time. Presuming the financial system stays solvent, I think we're going to be okay.
You know, exactly. And as NVIDIA and the like continue to make their processors even faster and faster,
absolutely, that'll
play right in.
Yeah, NVIDIA has a new release of the hardware coming out this year. They call it the Fermi platform, and that's something on the order of multiple times faster than the previous version of the hardware. AMD has some fairly nice hardware as well, but one of the things NVIDIA has going for it is their CUDA language. An old mentor of mine once said that computation and computers just make us all lazy as quants, and I think this is one of those things that can make us very, very lazy.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, CUDA talks back to that steep learning curve we spoke about earlier, and I think it probably flattens that learning curve quite a bit.
Flattens a lot from what it was prior. CUDA has been a huge advancement in the programming side of this. It's taken a lot of the issues away from the programmer and abstracted them. They've done a very nice job with that. But then you've got things like OpenCL coming out, different kinds of languages that should help to flatten that learning curve a little bit. But it's still, in the end, the developer has to tackle not just coding to a specific piece of hardware, but also rethinking their algorithms and figuring out how best to parallelize particular algorithms for a particular kind of hardware, and it's not an easy problem to solve.
Well, that's great. Well, this is definitely something we should keep an eye on, and clearly you guys are at the bleeding edge of it.
Great.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks. So this is Kevin McPartland, Senior Analyst with Tab Group. Again, I'm here with Gerald Hanweck, the CEO of Hanweck Associates, and until next time.